hills of West Virginia, where mist lingers in the valleys and old tales echo through the hollows, there exists a story both chilling and unique, a story where the boundary between justice and the supernatural became strangely blurred. This is the tale of the Greenbrier Ghost. The year was 1897, in the small, quiet town of Greenbrier County, nestled deep within the Appalachian Mountains. It was a close-knit rural community where everyone knew their neighbors, and the whisper of news spread as quickly as the wind through the trees. It was in this setting that a young woman named Zona Easter Shue met a tragic fate, one that would change not only her family's life, but also the fabric of American legal history. Zona Easter was a bright and kindly soul. In the summer of 1896, she met Erasmus Stribling Trout Shue, a blacksmith who had come from out of town. He was handsome, mysterious, and seemed entirely smitten with Zona. The pair quickly fell in love, and by autumn, they married. But rumors began to circulate about Erasmus, dark rumors about his past, and uneasy whispers about the sudden way he appeared in their lives. On a cold winter's day in January 1897, Zona's body was discovered in her home. It was Erasmus who sent for a local boy to fetch the doctor. Lord George W. Knapp arrived to find Erasmus cradling Zona's lifeless form, distraught and seemingly inconsolable. The doctor's examination was brief and tense. Erasmus was so overcome, so forceful in his grief, that Knapp barely managed to check for injuries. The doctor, assuming Zona had died of natural causes, wrote her death as everlasting faint, and later as complications from childbirth, though it was later known she hadn't been pregnant. To those closest to Zona, particularly her mother, Mary Jane Easter, something felt terribly wrong. The speed of the funeral arrangements, the haste with which Erasmus dressed Zona's body, carefully covering her neck with a high, stiff collar and a decorative scarf claiming it was her favorite, raised suspicion. During the viewing at their home, Erasmus kept close to Zona's coffin, not letting anyone near her upper body. Some visitors noticed an unnatural looseness in her head. One even recalled seeing discoloration on her skin beneath the collar. But with her cause of death certified, the young bride was soon laid to rest. Mary Jane Easter could not accept the explanations she was given. Haunted by her daughter's abrupt death and certain that something was amiss, she prayed fervently for answers. According to her own account, those answers came not from the living, but from the dead. For 4 nights in succession, Mary Jane claimed that Zona's spirit appeared at the foot of her bed, glowing and otherworldly, her voice urgent and unwavering. In these spectral visitations, Zona described in detail the events that led to her death. She spoke of Erasmus's growing temper, of the cruelty that blossomed where once there had been hope. On the night of her death, Zona revealed, she had argued with her husband because she had prepared no meat for dinner. In a violent rage, Erasmus had attacked her, breaking her neck. To prove this, the spirit turned her head completely around before vanishing into the darkness. Mary Jane's resolve was strengthened by these otherworldly encounters. Determined to seek justice for her daughter, she went to the county prosecutor and recounted every word of the ghostly visitations. At first, her tale sounded unbelievable, but Mary Jane Easter was a woman of steadfast reputation and unwavering determination. The prosecutor decided to investigate, especially as local gossip and previous suspicions aligned with her claims. Permission was soon granted to exhume Zona's body. On a cold March day, Nearly a month after her burial, 3 doctors performed a detailed autopsy in the yard of a small one-room schoolhouse. The examination revealed unmistakable evidence: bruises along Zona's neck, marks of fingers, and a broken windpipe. Her neck had been fractured at the first vertebra, exactly as her mother claimed the spirit had described. The evidence was damning. Erasmus Stribling Trout-Shoe was arrested and put on trial for the murder of his wife. The proceedings that followed became legendary, for the law itself faced an unusual dilemma. Mary Jane Heaster was called to testify, and the defense pressed her about the source of her accusations. Her dreams, she insisted, were real, and her daughter's spirit truly had spoken to her, while the judge instructed the